Most people spend their first $100 on things that disappear in days. New sneakers, a night out, or delivery food. But those who learn to invest that amount, even if it seems small, begin to build something that lasts a lifetime. If you're tired of working all month just to pay bills and never get ahead, subscribe to this channel and leave a like, because here you'll learn how to make your money work for you. No fluff, no magic promises, just practical strategy and real freedom. What if I told you there's a simple, real, and accessible way to start this transformation today? With the same $100 that most people throw away without thinking. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to use that money to take the first step toward your financial freedom. No empty promises, no magic formulas. You'll understand how to stop being a consumer and start becoming an owner, even if you've never invested a single cent in your life. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the last video before the breakthrough you've been waiting for. But before I show you how, I need to tell you what almost everyone does wrong with that money, and why that mistake keeps millions stuck in the same place their whole lives. The mistake is simple, but almost invisible. Thinking a small amount of money doesn't matter. You earn your first 100 reais or $100, and immediately think about how to spend it. It's automatic. A treat, a new shirt, a shopping trip, an app opened on impulse. But that decision repeated many times becomes a pattern. And that pattern kills any chance of financial growth. You know why? Because it trains your brain to always react as a consumer, never as a builder. People who live like this spend before thinking, buy before planning, and live trapped in the cycle of I deserve this now, but pay later, with interest. And regret. That's how time passes, and even after years of hard work, you look back and realize you built nothing. And it all started with what seemed like too little to make a difference. Now let me tell you a real story about an ordinary person like you who also started with only $100, but made a different choice, and it changed everything. His name is Gabriel. Gabriel had nothing but that amount saved, the result of simple work and some budget cuts. He could have used it for something immediate, a party, new shoes, a quick pleasure. But he chose to use it strategically. Instead of buying things, Gabriel invested in himself. First, he bought a book about personal finance to understand the money game. Then, he opened an account at a simple free brokerage and began studying the basics of investing. 6 months later, Gabriel not only had his $100 invested, but had accumulated 2,500 reais, thanks to monthly contributions and investment returns. 2 years later, he was working fewer hours and watching his wealth truly grow. What made the difference? The choice. The mindset. Gabriel understood that starting small isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's the step most people ignore. And most importantly, he created a habit that became part of his routine. Stress-free, without needing a lot of money to start. And the best part? This story can be yours. But for that, you need to change how you see money. Stop being just a consumer and start being an owner. Think about it. While you buy the latest iPhone model, someone else is buying a piece of Apple, a Cosa. Small slice of that billion-dollar company growing every year. You spend, they own. You pay, they receive dividends. You lose value, they gain wealth. That difference is mindset. Buyers only consume. Investors become owners, even if they own just a little. And being an owner means having the power to multiply your money without relying solely on your effort or salary. But for that, you need to see money not as something to spend, but as a tool to create more money. It's changing. I deserve this expense, so I deserve to build my future. And that change isn't easy, because it challenges deep beliefs you learned early on. But it's what separates those who live paycheck to paycheck from those who start building real wealth. And the good news? You can start that change today with just your first $100. Now that you understand the mindset shift you need, let's talk about the practical plan. How to use your first $100 to really start investing and break the consumption cycle. First, invest in knowledge. Set aside about $20 to $30 to learn. It can be an ebook, a basic course, or videos teaching you step-by-step investing. Don't skip this step. Knowing what you're doing is essential to avoid mistakes and build confidence. Then, open an account at a reliable free brokerage. Today, there are several platforms with no maintenance fees that allow you to start with little money. This removes a huge barrier and makes financial markets accessible. With the rest, use about $70 to make your first conscious investment. Buy simple, safe assets you understand like government bonds, index funds, ETFs, or low-cost mutual funds. It doesn't have to be complex or risky. The important thing is to start. Finally, create the habit of monthly contributions. The secret isn't the amount but consistency. Commit to investing these $100 or an equivalent amount every month. This turns what seems little today into a relevant patrimony tomorrow. Remember, small today is big tomorrow. And the biggest secret of successful investors isn't making a lot at once, but making a little every month without fail. This is the real path to make your money work for you, starting with what you have now. No excuses, but I know that along with the plan come those voices in your head, the excuses that always try to stop you. I don't have enough money to start. I'll wait until I have a bit more. This is for people who already have a lot. Identify with any of those. Know that this is the trap that keeps millions stuck. These excuses are comfort zones in disguise, a way your brain avoids the discomfort of change. But the truth is harsh. Those who despise small amounts will never have big amounts. Small steps are what drive great transformations. If you wait for the perfect moment, rest assured it will never come. Financial freedom isn't made by big strikes, but by conscious decisions repeated every day. So the question remains, will you keep trapped by those excuses? Or will you decide to start now, even with little? The choice is yours, and it can change everything. Speaking of changing everything, let me show you the power of time and compound interest, the real magic. That makes your money grow even when you're not looking. Imagine investing $100 per month. In 5 years, with accumulated returns, you could have over $8,000 invested. In 10, 15, 20 years, the numbers grow exponentially because compound interest yields, not only on what you invest, but also on the returns you've already received. But more important than the numbers is the habit of investing regularly. You may underestimate what you can do in 10 years and overestimate what you can do in 1 month. That's the difference between those stuck in the immediate and those building solid wealth. It's time working for you. The money you invest today is the foundation of your financial freedom. Tomorrow. Now that you know the power of this strategy and see that starting small is the real way, the choice is in your hands. You can keep spending your first $100 as you always did, or you can decide to use that money to plant a seed that will grow for your whole life. If you feel this video opened your mind and you want practical support to take the first steps, I prepared exclusive, free material to guide you carefully through this beginning. It's in the description link. Also, here on the channel, I bring weekly content with real, direct, and applicable strategies to help you build your financial freedom without fluff. So subscribe now and activate the bell to not miss anything. Remember, the biggest mistake is not starting. And starting now might be what transforms your future. Let's go together on this journey. To finish, let me remind you what really matters on this journey. Everyone starts small, but only those brave enough to invest before having much are the ones who harvest true freedom. If today you decide to stop being just a buyer and start being an investor, you're already taking a giant step. It doesn't matter how much you have now. What matters is what you do with it. So let's turn this game around and build a future where money works for you, and not the other way around.